Every night, for over 1 million years, your ancestors ran a program in their heads. Not a myth, not a superstition, a schedule. Break it, and something in the dark would find you. Follow it, and you'd live to see morning, and pass it on to your children. That schedule never fully left us. Some scientists think it's still running right now, inside you, tonight. We like to think our ancestors survived the night through luck. Fire. Maybe a cave with a good door. But luck doesn't explain a species surviving 100,000 generations of lions, hyenas, leopards, and things we don't even have fossils for. Something else kept them alive. A pattern. A rhythm baked so deep into human behavior that we still carry pieces of it, even though most of us have never spent a single night without electric light. And when researchers mapped that rhythm against predator activity, it lined up almost perfectly. Sleep is dangerous. For 8 straight hours you're blind, unable to run, unable to smell a predator circling 20 feet away. For most of human history, that 8-hour block didn't exist. Early humans had open camps, thin shelters, and the sounds of the night pressing in from every direction. If evolution optimized humans for anything, it optimized us for not dying stupidly. So why would it allow a defenseless 8-hour blackout? It didn't. Anthropologists studying the Hadza of Tanzania, one of the last true hunter-gatherer populations on Earth, wired sleep monitors to entire camps for weeks. At almost every moment during the night, someone was awake, not standing guard on purpose. It just happened. Different people drifting in and out of sleep, covering the group almost by accident, except it wasn't an accident. It was a rhythm passed down so long, no one remembers being taught it. Medieval European records mention something modern readers find bizarre. People used to sleep in 2 blocks. First sleep, then an hour of quiet wakefulness in the dead of night, then second sleep until dawn. Historian A. Roger Eckerch found references to this in hundreds of documents. It wasn't rare. It was the way humans slept almost everywhere, for almost all of history. Then, over 200 years, it vanished, killed by cheap, always-on artificial light that compressed 2 sleeps into 1 exhausted block. But here's the unsettling part. When researchers put people in rooms with 0 artificial light for weeks, something happened almost every time. Within days, their sleep split back into 2 blocks, on its own. The body remembered. That gap in the middle of the night might not have been a broken sleep pattern at all. It might have been the watch shift. Big predators aren't random killers, they're efficient ones, and efficiency means timing. Most hunt in narrow windows, the deep hours after midnight, and again just before dawn, when exhaustion peaks. A camp sleeping in 1 unbroken block was exposed for that entire window at once, no one listening. But a camp naturally cycling in and out of consciousness all night had ears in the dark almost constantly, without anyone consciously deciding to stand guard. Researchers call it polyphasic vigilance, not a rule anyone wrote down, just biology, tuned by 10,000 generations of predators quietly editing out the families that slept too deeply. The people who woke at the wrong moments didn't get to have descendants. The ones who woke at the right moments, right when breathing outside shifted, or a twig snapped wrong, those are the ones whose genes are sitting in you now, and that midnight waking wasn't foggy. Old diaries describe it as calm, clear-headed, almost meditative. Evolution didn't just give humans a watch shift, it gave them one where the brain was unusually alert. Here's the part that should unsettle you. This pattern isn't gone. Sleep clinics still see people who wake at almost the exact same hour every night, wide awake, senses sharp, with no medical explanation. Doctors sometimes call it a disorder, but in quiet homes, with minimal light pollution, the pattern looks less like a malfunction and more like something switching back on. A program written before language, reactivating the moment modern light stops overriding it. So is insomnia, in some cases, not a disorder at all? Is it a body trying to run software built for a world with lions in it, inside a world that no longer has any? You are the end result of every ancestor who woke at 2 a.m. for no reason they could explain, listened to the dark for 30 seconds, heard nothing, and drifted back to sleep, never knowing that moment was the only reason they got to wake up again. We think of ourselves as the generation that conquered the night. Streetlights, locked doors, phones that never go dark, but underneath all of that, an older system is still running, quietly checking a tree line that isn't there anymore. Maybe the next time you wake up at 3 a.m. for no reason at all, it's not a broken schedule. Maybe it's the oldest one you have, the one your ancestors trusted with their lives, every night, for 1 million years, so that one day, impossibly, You could exist to hear it,